Hello, that would be me then. Yes, unfortunately, at this moment in time, I am by myself, and we are going to be going through this keynote by Stadia today. And oh boy, it should be fun. If I'm advising everybody there, I would just try and keep your expectations slightly lower here. This is a dev conference. So what we're going to have a look at here, it is we are going to just recap what is going to go on today. It's a 15-minute keynote, and Stadia are going to just announce some stuff we are hoping. I'm hoping that they're going to give us a nice, clear roadmap of how things are going to go down the line. This is the first event since that infamous time in Stadia Games and Entertainment closing down. So let's hope they come out here and they come out with some interesting stuff to say that Stadia is going to be nice and safe for the time being anyway. So I'll go through the chat here and I'll get this up here. Remember, we have got a Patreon. You can see it at the top of the chat there. It is in the pinned messenger. If you like our content, you can join there, and it is only $1 to join, and up until the end of August, if you subscribe to our Patreon, you're going to get a wee postcard sent out here and from sunny Northern Ireland. So if you're interested in any of that, just go give that a shout there. Yes, let's just kick this off here. We have Cloud Gamer here. Hi, Cloud Gamer. Absolutely brilliant for you being here. We've got Sammy. Sammy, you're meant to be encouraging us here. Encouraging. Colm is here as well. Colm, how's it going there? That thumbnail, I was debating doing the thumbnail or not, then I was talked into actually keeping it. I had another one actually got done and dusted, but then I was told, no, I have to keep this one. We also have Jairus here. Hi, Jairus. Thanks for joining. And we have Zero. Zero, absolutely brilliant that you're here as per usual. You expect nothing. I would keep expectations low for this one. This is a dev conference, but I'm just hoping we're going to get something here going. Happy's in here. Zero Stadia looks well and performs well on my. I hate that acronym. It should just be called Chromecast 2, but Chromecast with Google TV connected to the internet, and it's working great. I've been playing Stadia on my Shield TV, and I've been enjoying it on there. I think the Wi-Fi works better than that, but here we go. We also have Orchard Gaming, whoever they are. Hi, Kelly. Holtz is here as well, and we Endeavour. Yes, I am positive towards Stadia. I think you just must miss about our positivity towards Stadia. So yeah, Zero. Yes, bab chopped and beard done. Not good at all. So we've got Warlock. And Ben, yes, it wasn't an event, it was an announcement, yes, but let's just hope everything goes well here today and we hear how things are going. Cloudbusters is here as well. Hi, Cloudbusters. Adam in here as well. He is going to do all the pixel counting of these millions of games which are getting announced here today. There's no games getting announced. Kumnar's here. Lord Gaming Man is here. Dre Gaming is in the house as well. And we have got Endeavour. I know you're messing. I can take the messing. Hellmonkey is saying that the FIFA pre-order is up in the Stadia shop. I think he means the standard edition is up and running there. So that is really good. And we also have, okay, there we go. First of all, I was going to bring this up here. So give me 1 wee second, and I will find this. Here, I had this and I exited out from it. There. See, this is why I'm not allowed to do any of this sort of stuff by myself. This is why Sammy and Barry are normally here to keep me right while I get all the fiddling about done here, because I always mess this up here. It's a Google Dev Summit 21 is here we go. I'm just bringing this back up again. Just it's the speakers. No, I don't want the speakers. Here we go. Total professional here. Total and other professional. I actually have the other one ready to go here. I've actually got that one ready to rock here. So just make sure I share the right screen here, because you don't know what I might have up on my screen. It's not the bad stuff like Sammy has, but it is some interesting thing. So first of all, what's getting kicked off here is the Stadia Keynote, and it is only 15 minutes long. So this is going to be the big overview on what is going to be happening Stadia, and it's come here, the latest and greatest from one of Stadia business development needs. You will learn about new offerings for all Stadia partners and how the Stadia team is working to make it easier to bring games to the platform while delivering new ways to maximize the return on launching Stadia titles. So with that, I think that paragraph just tells you where we are looking to hit with this. It is they are looking developers and publishers. So do not be expecting game announcements. This is just going to be steadying the ship, hopefully, and say what is going to be happening. Do not be expecting many game announcements. There is a possibility, I will say this, there is a slight possibility that we may hear something, but do not be coming in here and expecting that a ton of games are coming. And then there's 2 more talks, which are about less time porting and starting more time creating. So this is just going to be expanding on the keynote here. So learn from Stadia product managers about how we're making it more efficient to bring games to Stadia, and significant investments in cloud-native tooling and automated certification processes, as well as third-party engine improvements. Okay, I've got it locked and loaded here. There doesn't seem to be anybody chatting in the Stadia one at this moment in time. And we also have the second one here, which is bringing new value to Stadia partners. Brand new incentives are coming to Stadia, and they empower developers to drive their success in awesome ways. Come learn how to make the most out if you're publishing your game on Stadia, and take advantage everything the platform has to offer. So let us see what is going to happen here. I am just really hoping that we get some clear vision going forward here, and I just want to see direction going. Endeavor, yes, we could hear some publisher deals. Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. There we go. Yes, we could hear some publisher deals here. And I'm hoping what we do, I would love them to come out here and say, we've got Activision Blizzard on board, because they have actually started pushing that. There was an announcement a couple of days ago about the cloud and how Google is bringing that to the cloud for the multiplayer map. So that's hopefully there will be something there as well. And here we go. We are 1 minute 30 away. I'm just going to be... oh, no, it's my ugly mug again. We want rid of that as soon as possible. And Stadia Keynote, and we want to share the audio. And that's the wrong thing. You see, this is why I am not allowed to do things. Here we go. Let's share audio. Here we go. There, now we're rocking. Now we're kicking the chaos here. And I will take down the comment now. So this should be fun. I'm actually excited to actually see where we're going to be going with Stadia. Is the audio coming through for everybody okay? Do you need it turned up or anything? Because you should hear that awful countdown music. Let's see. And what I might do here as well, I put the caps on as well. It's way too loud. It's probably better not hearing me anyway. I'll turn it down a wee bit for you, Helmut. So, what have we got here? So, just a wee intro here. I wonder if it's going to take about 15 minutes for the intro here. Stadia Keynote Developer Session.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining the Stadia Keynote today at the 2021 Google for Games Developer Summit. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm very excited about our announcements. Today, we're focusing solely on Stadia game partners, both developers and publishers, so no cool game announcements or trailers are part of this presentation.
I did warn you.
I work on the Stadia business development team, and I've spent the last 20 years working to acquire content from some of the most amazing teams in this industry. I started at THQ back when PlayStation 2 was considered next gen, and then worked with D3 Publisher, Konami, Gaikai, and now I'm here at Google.
If you don't know, Gaikai was the cloud gaming company which Sony bought.
As with any good story, we like to take a look back at where we've been before we look at what's to come. We also have 2 other sessions today, both of which will go into more detail about our announcements, so please join the sessions so you don't miss out on any information. The Stadia story began long before our first public unveil in 2018. We started with the simple yet challenging goal of proving that Google could deliver high-resolution visuals to gamers with incredibly low latency using Google technology. The first public reveal of this technology was in October 2018 with the launch of Assassin's Creed Odyssey from the incomparable team at Ubisoft. It was called simply Project Stream. It was the first time a user could play, day and date, a remarkable low-latency AAA game streaming experience from any laptop. We then went on to publicly announce Stadia at GDC in March 2019. We painted a bold vision for the future of streaming AAA games across any connected device without the need for local physical hardware. Thank you to every one of our partners for working with us. We look forward to continuing to work with you and with the rest of the industry on this journey. Next was the launch of Stadia in November of 2019, where gamers were able to play Stadia for themselves on their own connected devices. Throughout 2020, we worked to deliver on the original promise of Stadia by adding a multitude of platform features. Highlights include Crowd Play, which gives players the ability to jump right into the multiplayer game they're watching on YouTube. Crowd Choice, where viewers can make game decisions for the YouTube creators streaming the game they're watching. And free game demos, where in October of last year, we enabled viewers to watch a trailer for an unreleased game, click a link, and then instantly try that game. Remember, anyone in a Stadia-supported country can use their Gmail account to sign up for Stadia for free, click to claim a game, and click to play a game on a wide range of connected devices without the need to purchase additional hardware. Late last year, we worked with the phenomenal developers at CD Projekt Red and brought to streaming one of the most expansive games ever developed, Cyberpunk 2077. It was so exciting for the Stadia team to hear the collective feedback. Stadia was one of the best places to play one of the year's biggest games. Thanks to the efforts of our content team, Stadia is also the home of the Stadia Makers program, built specifically to help smaller game development teams join the Stadia family and empower them to reach players in new ways. Our Makers community has launched so many creative and unique games, including 100 Days, Caves in the Wild Masks, Dark Side Detective, and Unto the End, to name a few. Yes, these Makers games are available now on Stadia, with even more great games coming soon. If you're interested in being part of the Stadia development community, head on over to stadia.dev and apply.
You might get a response.
It's these kinds of
It's in the
creative and
balance.
innovative concepts from the Stadia Makers community that inspire our team each and every day.
That was a joke.
Thank you to all of our Stadia Makers partners. We look forward to expanding this community, and we have some announcements coming up later in the session that I think you're really going to like. As always, and definitely in my opinion, partners are a crucial part of Stadia. Please know that we are constantly working to improve your experience, to bring games to our platform, and we have more details around new tools and other improvements to share in our technical session later today. To date, our partners have shipped more than 180 games on Stadia. These titles support all types of business models, from free-to-play to transactional to game demos, playable anywhere in the 22 countries that Stadia supports. And now they're playable on more devices than ever before. Today, you can access Stadia on no less than hundreds of millions of devices currently in the market. Anything from computers to Android and iOS phones to tablets to a growing list of TVs, thanks to our new Android TV support. The numbers of devices will continue to expand, with smart TVs joining the list later this year. The team at Stadia is working very hard to expand our footprint, grow the addressable Stadia market, and deliver on Google's goal of democratizing access to great gameplay experiences for everyone. One of the ways Stadia continues to make games more accessible and easier to play is through our 1-month free trial of Stadia Pro. Stadia Pro is our monthly subscription service that allows subscribers to access a variety of great games with new titles added every month. It's one of the benefits our players love about Stadia. Recently, we've asked ourselves, how can we ensure partners benefit more readily from our subscription? And here's where things get more exciting. Starting this month, any new title that enters into Stadia Pro under the new Stadia Pro terms will earn a slice of monthly revenue from the service. Stadia Pro will give back 70% of monthly revenue to partners based upon engagement for active, claimable Stadia Pro
Okay, that's
titles.
going to be a good discussion
To make
point
this
later.
as easy as possible,
We'll just wait till she
engagement will be measured by
finishes
session
here.
days. One user playing one Stadia Pro game twice on day 1 equals 1 session day. A user that plays a Stadia Pro game once on day 1 and once on day 2 equals 2 session days. We're also unveiling a new way to power player engagement through our affiliate marketing program. As a digital-only platform, Stadia has the unique ability to generate a link to a partner's game and provide data for how that link performs and the players it brings to Stadia and to the game. We call it a click-to-play link. Players can click on your unique click-to-play link.
Again, some of us have been calling for quite a while.
During the free trial we offer to all new users.
And let's hope it isn't just
Once
the
that player
game
converts
publishers.
from a free Stadia Pro trial to a paid Pro subscription, you'll get $10 per user from Stadia or the local currency equivalent. This in addition to your slice of the Stadia Pro monthly revenue. No other game platform does this, and we are very excited to offer our affiliate marketing program to our partners in the first half of next year. Alan Joyce, a Stadia product manager and one of my favorite members of the team, has a session later today called Growing the Pie, where he'll detail how we're using click-to-play technology to enable this program. You're not going to want to miss it. Last, but certainly not least, is an important announcement about games available for purchase on the Stadia store.
This is becoming standard sort of practice, which is absolutely great to see.
Incentive program that adjusts our revenue share for newly signed games to an 85-15 split for game sales up to a $3 million threshold. This will apply to all games launching in Q4 of this year and in 2022 and in 2023. That means you, as a Stadia partner, will earn 85% of your title sales and Google will earn 15%. Once your title's total sales reach a $3 million threshold, the revenue share will revert back to the current split. So that's good news from a revenue generating perspective, that in order to access these new partner incentives, you first need to develop your game for Stadia. The Stadia team has gathered a lot of feedback from partners to ensure we continue to build new tools and functionality to make development, submission, and certification of a Stadia title easier than ever, and we are constantly improving this process. Over the past year, we've invested in simplifying certification for all partners. We're creating easier workflows to test across all of Stadia endpoints with our new Test Hub tool. We're decoupling certain pieces of the developer journey so that teams can work independently from one another. And we're continually investing both time and resources to improve our support of game engines, whether custom or licensed. Our goal is to make Stadia development as close to turnkey as possible. There's a great session coming up later in the day that will dig into more detail of the technical work in progress, featuring more of my favorite team members, Elizabeth, Ryan, and Robert. Please make sure to catch this one if you'd like more information. Both of our Stadia sessions will provide important details about everything we've been working on. The reason we've done all this great work, the reason I'm here today talking to you is that we know games are what make a platform great, and we want your games to come to Stadia. To apply to be a Stadia developer, go to stadia.dev, our developer website. When you click to apply on stadia.dev, you'll first fill out a 2-page application form. This request can seem pretty basic, but it's crucial information.
Okay, I'm not making any more jokes.
Review team
not making any more jokes.
And it helps us prioritize your requests, so please don't take it lightly. So a quick recap. We're working hard to continually improve Stadia for our players and for our partners. Our platform, user adoption, and user sentiment are all growing and improving. We want you as a partner, and we want to play your games on our platform. So please go to stadia.dev to find out more and apply to become a Stadia partner. Thank you very much.
Okay, so that is the end of that. We'd love to hear your thoughts here. My overall takeaway from that is they are sticking around for the time being, which is something I have wanted to hear for a while. I've wanted them to come out and give a clear and total commitment that they are coming and they're going to be around for years to come, and at least this looks like it is starting to happen. If you go check out 9 to 5 Google, they have got the summary up here, which we'll just have a wee quick look at. Basically, this is all good sort of news in the Stadia front, and I would want some of these things slightly quicker, but it is absolutely a great news, and actually incentivizing the people to promote Stadia is going to have a big, massive push for Stadia if they can start really upping this. From a gamer's perspective, first and foremost, the biggest news for me out from this was the Pro announcement that they're changing the way people get paid on Pro. I have been calling for a change for Pro for a long time, and I think this is going to be a welcome first step for this. And I think we could actually see a load of games go on to Pro under this new service. For people who may have missed that, it's a pay by play sort of way now. So they are going to be splitting whatever they make in Stadia Pro by 70%, and then whatever game makes up the most, you get paid by how many people play your game. What this may mean, we may see people who port over some more gas games, like I've been talking about with Game Pass, games which you come back to every single day, may be dropped on the Stadia Pro now, just to keep the engagement up there and for people to start playing. I can see Stadia Pro games increasing now when this actually starts to kick off, and it's starting at the end of this month. So that means August games, we could start to see a bumper number of games go to Pro. I think this is great news because with the way the marketplace is shaping in cloud gaming, with Luna and Game Pass and PlayStation Now both offering a big, massive subscription and where you get an absolute ton of games there, this is an absolutely great move by them. This here, where they're cutting the commission fees, absolutely great to hear, because that is going to incentivize developers to bring more games to Stadia by dropping it down to a 15% cut for the first 3 million. As someone said in the chat there, big developers, it is going to help the big developers a wee bit, but when they get past the 3 million threshold, which they would hope to do on a regular basis, it's not as much for them. This is very, very indie friendly, which you know what indie games are like. Some of them are you may not like, but some of these indie games could absolutely blow up because you just don't know which indie game is going to be a hit. This, I think this is an absolutely great step. I wish this came out earlier. Maybe this is what they've been working on for the last number of months since SG&E has closed down. But this is giving me some more confidence on Stadia going forward. So I think we can say that Stadia is now here for the longer term. Yes, you can clip this and say, I've got my mind changed, but this is what the sort of stuff they've needed to come out and actually do for a long time. And again, with some of these moves, it is going to take maybe a slightly longer term approach before you actually see any of these games actually come onto the surface. But the signals are here that Stadia is here to stay, and they are going to push this on. And this is going. This is exciting. What I'm wanting to see is that they're going to continue down the Stadia only features, and I just wish we could have heard a bit more about that, how they actually engage that. But there's 2 other sessions here, but I thought it was better just to come to the talk because it's got some interesting things going on here. And okay, sorry, that new talk is just kicking off in my background there. So what do you guys think? I'd love to hear what you're hearing here, and we can interact a bit here. So let me see, just go up here. Yeah, Stadia had a great 2020. That is debatable. I think that is fairly well known. That's my feelings on their 2020 and their 2021 to date. Kumar says it all seems pretty good news. I think it is. It has been all pretty good news with this, and this is what we're wanting to see here. This is communication works so much better. Let me see. I'm just going here. This will be good news for gamers too, because this will pressure the devs to make their games perform better for engagement. Absolutely, that is another great point. If elephant in the room, if Outriders was put onto Stadia Pro, they would be definitely forced nearly to make sure that the game is running much better than it has been over the last number of months. And it's just going to help. It is going to help Stadia. They get the games on here. So I'm just trying to word this better. If games go on to Stadia Pro now, they're less likely to go off because they know that they're going to actually get money for people who are playing it. If the games aren't there, people won't play it. So this may be another way of maybe reducing their costs to actually get more games onto Stadia Pro without actually having to put the money out, because it becomes into a share-like system. This is exciting just to see what they're going to do with this. And I am expecting some big games to maybe test the water with that. I would not be totally surprised if we maybe see maybe a FIFA or a Madden go on there in the build up to the next year's versions, just as a test the water, just to try and get more people actually to play it on there. Again, this is going to be very interesting how it is going to pan out over the next months. Again, some of these things are going to have an immediate effect with games on the platform at the moment moving into straight on to Pro, but other ones about with the lowering of the cuts are going to have a longer term, because even though they are making these changes, games still need to be ported and brought across. Okay, will they get better games? I'm hoping they will get better games. Now, this is going to definitely encourage people to bring the devs and the publishers' games to it, especially stuff like if they do the click and play sort of thing. If they drop a big game on and people sign up, that is going to be another revenue scheme for the devs and publishers to actually get it. So absolutely, this is just, it has refreshed things. I think I would want to watch the other sessions as well, just to see what else they're going to do, because they're going into more detail about it. But this is sounding pretty good for Stadia in the here and now. Victor said they're not offering the devs anything really. They're offering them more cuts. Epic Games has been the big ones which have been pushing this forward with the 15% cut. Microsoft are doing it with their PC store. They're not doing it with the Xbox store at present, but I think they are going to be doing something similar with their store for Xbox. When your Game Pass does things like this, this 70% of Stadia Pro is really, really interesting. I do wonder if we're going to see Stadia Pro change somewhat for us, the consumers. Is it going to stay at the same price point if more and more games get added to it? Are we going to be able to purchase our games for 4K if we're just going to go down the buy model? Are they going full subscription now? This is going to be talked about by a load of people. I just really think this is exciting just to see where they're going to go. Endeavor, yes, this is an awesome deal for longer games. I just see them sort of gas games which take a long time to complete, like Final Fantasy would probably be a good one to get on there, and things like that. There's just so many options now, and some of these smaller games on Stadia, that could be a place for them to drop them in. Could we just see a load of these smaller, more artistic games getting brought to Stadia for people to actually try them? This is why I just love the subscription model, because it just opens the door for everybody to try them. It's just brilliant. Holtz is saying he would rather have quality over quantity on Pro, where it looks like, yep. Here, I think this is where I think I think they need to go for the quantity at this moment in time because of what the competition is showing. I still want them to make the deals to get the bigger games onto Pro as well, just to make sure that there is something of massive appeal there, because that's what draws people in. You go for the big games, but you stick around for the other sort of games as well. Yes, no clip function is yet. Caseball said, yeah, Valheim blew up massively. Yeah, exactly. And being able to adapt and bring these games in can help, because Valheim is on GFN as well, so you can go on the GFN and get. That's one thing what GFN have done brilliantly this year in actually adjusting what games they want to go for. I think they reached out to Valheim just to get that onto the platform, and I think that has done wonders as well. Oh, sugar! I just lost stuff here. Let's just jumped. Oh, there we go. Watch Critster. Microsoft makes it 100% better with Xbox. I just think this is just a good, massive, brilliant step forward for Stadia. So I think they are trying to compete, or not compete, they're trying to adjust for what is going on in the market now with the subscription sort of model moving. We're on subscriptions here, because I think this is all tied into it, because I think they're going to be trying to push everybody into that Stadia Pro now. Happy Wheels wants more iPhone Stadia. I think we might actually see more iPhone Stadia now. Yeah, Duncan, it's Stadia refresh now. So nice to hear. Yep. Warlocks says it sounds great. Andy is trolling and saying Stadia is dead. Okay. It is for 2 years. So my guess they're going to be going for a real push to get more devs on board. Absolutely, they are. The more devs they get on board, just to get the games flowing here. Victor is saying, "What incentive? Why would anybody take that deal?" The reason why they will take that deal, instead of getting hit by 30%, they're getting hit by 15% for their game sales. I think the devs and publishers will make more money. Regarding moving it, if it's moving it onto Stadia Pro, games have a life shelf. They get their big sales the first couple of weeks, then it goes off a cliff. So what we might see is for the first couple of months, the games will be sold on Stadia, and then a couple of months into it, they'll chuck it into Pro just to try and get that recoup even some more money. I think the devs will be doing this, and I think we're actually starting to see devs and publishers, especially the big devs and publishers, move into the gas model. We've got Ubisoft definitely going 100% down that path, and with other ones doing as well. Look at Call of Duty Warzone. It's a free-to-play game. Everything is moving down to this sort of model. So I think the devs would do that. They'll get money for people moving over to Stadia if they convert them onto Stadia, and they will also get more money out from it. I'm telling you now, if I'm a betting man, that 15% cut will also, I know they're saying for 3 million, but I'm telling you now, the big devs and publishers will be all over that and going, we want the threshold raised even higher. And I would not be surprised if they get that negotiated. This could encourage them to bring some of the bigger games, because we do know that there is a massive hole in Stadia's library with a number of these big titles. 100 games on Pro, 100 devs sharing a pot of the revenue. If there's only 50 games and 50 devs, a bigger share of the pie. Absolutely. There's that as well. This is what makes it just so interesting. I think we're going to see Stadia really push this to get more people on board. The more games on Stadia Pro, the more likely people are to pick it up, which means there's going to be more people buying it and playing it. So there's going to be more money of that to actually get round. Again, this is going to be really, really interesting. You raise the good points here. I know when I play in the cloud, I jump from game to game to game to game. So I could be playing in Destiny 2 I'm just trying to think here. I could be playing an F1 2020 on Stadia, then I'll jump to another game on Pro, say Moonlighter, then I'll jump to another one. When I'm playing on Stadia, on all the different cloud platforms, I'm just jumping from all the different games. That could really mess up their figures. I'm not sure if that happens to anybody else, because cloud is just so great that way, where you can just jump between all the different services. I'm hoping that more free-to-play games will come. There is a surprising amount of free-to-play games out there on GFN. I think it's at 85 or 95 free-to-play games on GFN. I really want to see more free-to-play games on Stadia, because that could actually really, really help them. I know Fortnite is probably out for the foreseeable future, but a Warframe could be good on Stadia, or World of Warships and all them sort of games. There is so many games there which they could actually go after to try and get them to get the cut. Unfortunately, as in the video, gaming is a business and they need to make money. Everybody needs to make money. So with Stadia doing this, they are trying to make it as best for the devs and publishers to try and make the money. Okay, whoa, chat's going mad here for me. Penn said Stadia's not dead. It just went from being a big platform to a small indie team that happens to be owned by a soulless corporation. Okay. No, I did not confirm Stadia. No. We've got some good chat going on here. Do you think sharing the part reduce the time period games stay on Pro, which currently it's about 3 months? No, I think it's going to do the opposite. I think games will stay on Pro. I think they will just continue to just stay there indefinitely for the most part, unless they're a big paid for deal, which Stadia would pay for it, like what we got with Star Wars, we got with Resident Evil. I think most of the indie titles will just stay there from going forward from next month. I think we're just going to see them just sit there and not move, because if they're in there, why would they move? And I will not be surprised if starting in the next couple of months, we are going to see games make a reappearance on the Stadia Pro. For example, like Get Packed and things like that, just to come back there just to pick up some revenue here and there. Again, it's all about money, money, money. I should really get this off and get to my big ugly gub again. There we go. I think indie devs get more from Xbox and Xbox Game Pass than this from Stadia. I think they do because they have got a bigger base, and I think that's why Stadia have been saying that they're going to team up with the devs and publishers, saying if you do a referral, you're going to get money. And I think they're going to try and push it there just to try and build this up, because more people on Pro means they're going to get more money, etc., etc. I think they're trying to get this stone starting to go down the hill to try and get more games and more people onto the platform, because I know the Xbox Game Pass, they do a combination of both. They do a flat fee, they also do by game time played and things like that. So apps, they do the mixture. So Stadia is just going 100% by the books, or more or less going by time played. Sekiro is back on sale. So what else have I missed here? I've probably missed an absolute load here. So just bear with us here, and I will try and get this going. Let me see. Stadia. I'm just trying to bring Stadia up here just to see have we got any more sales and such like, or the Crew 2. I was playing the Crew 2. Oh, my Ubisoft Plus is now connected, which is good to see. So I just get excited too easily, don't I? And there's a couple of wee sales on here. Assassin's Creed, and it's not a bad wee sale there. Why am I saying it's not a bad wee sale? I should be moving it here. Oh, I'm just such a moonbeam. Oh, sorry, I was just putting the sale up here. And there we go. We've got Assassin's Creed, so a big Ubisoft sort of sale. Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Is that the first time that has been on like a major sale? That is actually maybe an interesting title for people if they want to actually jump onto that, because that has got some Stadia-only features. I think it's got some crowd choice in that, so you can change the way the game actually plays. So it may be worth checking that game out. We've got Family Feud there, some Far Cry's, Ghost Recon, Immortals. Have I got that in my library? I haven't. That must be because of the Stadia Pro. I'm just awesome, aren't I? With my forgetfulness. Just Dance 2020. Yes, I have purchased Just Dance 2020. Kimono Heroes. Again, loads of Ubisoft games. Again, my thing about Ubisoft games is no matter what platform, what cloud platform, if you want one of them, and maybe just better looking at the Ubisoft Plus subscription, just to save you a bit of money, and it gets you on to all that. We've got some Dark Side Detective, The Division, Trials of a Cold Steel 4 is down to £60 instead of £80. Cracking deal there. I'm joking. It's just because of it's still really expensive for me, and more Watch Dogs and things like that. Is Sekiro on sale for everybody else? Just give me one wee second. It's on sale here. I clicked onto the wrong one. I just went to the Stadia Pro games. I'm just awesome. Okay, we will share screen here. How about if I clicked on sale? No. So here we go. We have got some DLC on sale. Oh my goodness, that was a mouthful and a half there. Assassin's Creed, some super packs for Dragon Ball. Dragon Quest 9 is on sale for everybody. 100 Days has got a £3 off there. I know Sammy loves that game, and I know Adam loves that game as well. Community Heroes. Madden is off to $12 there. The kids game in Marvel's Avengers is there. Everybody should pick up Outriders for £38 or £39 because it works so well on Stadia. We've got everybody's favorite pro game who has been around from the very start in Samurai Showdown. I'm just in messing about mode. Shakiro down to £25. I know that people have actually really enjoyed that, and it's a really, really good port from what I have been led to believe. So if you want that, it may be worth picking it up. There is Star Wars on sale if you didn't pick it up on Pro. Tomb Raider, absolutely amazing game. I really enjoyed the Tomb Raider series, and that is it. So thank you, Adam, for that. Oh my goodness. Kelly is saying, I will say this, and some won't like it, but it still needs Fortnite. And I can see, yep, Fortnite is absolutely worth getting. Let me see. They're live. Duncan, okay. Stadia isn't entering anymore like that. That's a reply to Brandon there. Is that it? I thought there would be more. I think this is a good start by Stadia. I think what they're going to need to do next is come and speak to the consumer side a bit more. They've spoke to the dev side. I think they need to come and speak to the consumer side a bit more, because yes, there's us here out here talking about this, but I hope they're going to do something more. And I think that I'm hoping that the pro situation is going to get explained a bit more, and I really hope that they are going to drop the 4K requirement for pro. So if you buy Shakiro here on offer, you get to play that at 4K or up to 4K, whatever resolution that it's at, and you can just go and do that without having to subscribe to pro, and then use pro as your what Xbox do with Game Pass, and use that as your subscription to get more games. Stadia just backed off 4K HDR, possibly. The devs are live. Okay. More games and more sessions. Warlock saying Fortnite could come with this now, with this deal. Yep, it could come, but I'm going to tell you something funny. Okay, this is going to get me in trouble. I always get in trouble. If you go on to the Epic Game Store page, or sorry, the Epic Engine page, they're showing all the logos of where all the engines and what they support. Stadia wasn't there, but we do know after this one, Stadia is supported on it. Victor said that's not great deals. Just okay. Dusty is what do you think so far? I think this is good news for Stadia. It looks like they're going to be around for a wee while longer. I'm hoping that the devs bite in this just to get more games onto the platform. But as we've seen over the last couple of days, they really need to respond to the devs if they come to the platform. Okay. Oh. So what are they saying? They're removing the need to transition from DirectX to Falcon. That is pretty damn huge. Whoa, okay. So I should be watching this then. Sorry, I'm just... If they're Oh, okay. Thank you for that. I will just bring that up now. That's what she said. No, we're not doing them jokes. We're trying to be professional here. And share audio. And here we go.
We're actively working on more. At first, feedback from partners is very promising. So against new APIs, but you can just link.
So you don't need to change APIs in a Windows game, especially no transition from DirectX.
You do not have to change your game from DirectX.
Absolutely brilliant.
The Stadia porting toolkit consists of 2 parts. The key part
is
a set of translation libraries.
This is what
and we have
some of us have been yapping about.
Libraries from DirectX 9,
when
10,
we were
11,
discussing this last night.
And we're actively working on more.
I would say about
partners is
going into Windows. This is a damn good way to get around that, and this should really help.
And the second component inside the Stadia
Stadia now
is a set of tools.
Absolutely brilliant.
And these tools will help you to bring your source code over on our platform.
This is actually quite exciting for Stadia. This should make more games,
but also supporting you around aspects like 32-bit to 64.
Sorry about that. It's just jumped on to the next section. Yes, so absolutely class that this is happening, and hallelujah that they should be able to get the games across now. I think we all knew deep down that it was an issue, but some people out there.
Hi, folks.
Didn't really want to talk about it.
Although, of course, I'm looking forward to the time when we can all meet together in person again. Thanks for joining me for our session on bringing new value to Stadia partners. My name is Alan Joyce.
Hi, Alan.
I'm a product management lead on Team Stadia. That means that my team and I are responsible for many of the features and tools that both players and developers see across our platform.
I am going to leave that there for now. I think we may have a big filler sort of response to this. I think this is absolutely brilliant news for Stadia. That last part there with the not having to move across, you can use DirectX and don't have to worry about Vulkan is going to be absolutely massive, and this should actually increase the amount of games coming to Stadia, along with the incentives they have put out there. Absolutely great to see this, and I hope we're going to see more of this in the future. I hope we're going to get a blog post in the coming weeks or months just to talk to us, the consumer. So again, this is just talking to the devs. It's going to take a while for all these changes to actually filter down, but it's actually pretty good news here for Stadia. So thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time. I'm going to be speaking to Sammy and Barry in the coming hours to see if we want to do a big proper sit down and reflect on all the information. But thank you for watching here in the meantime, and we will see you soon.